grand, well, I can't say grand rising. Great awakening, great awakening. So, I know that I promised that I was gonna give y'all a look. But I've been painting all day, so the look was like, look for me. But in the words of Celia from Color Purple, I'm here. Dear God Goddess, I'm here and we're about to get this work. A man, a woman, we're about to get this work. So we're going to discuss a few basic things in this live tonight. As you're coming on, let me share this. Copy the link. Let me share it to my Facebook. Yeah, so as you're coming on, be sure to click that like button. We're having an evening class tonight, an evening session. As I promised you, we were going to delve more into the backstory of LelimLelur. As you know, LelimLelur, the word was created in 2017 when myself and two other individuals who I like to call my midwives sat in a circle with me and helped the word to be formed. LelimLelur, which reminds me of Lumeria, which is said to be a civilization that even existed before Atlantis. And so every time I hear the word LelimLelur, I think about Lumeria, even though I had never, really knew about Lumeria. I don't think I had done any research on Lumeria before the word came into manifestation. So yeah, that's a part behind it. So just to give people a few seconds to come on the live, I'm feeling really Christmassy, so I want to sing like a Christmas song, but I also want to change the words to the Christmas song. So what I'm gonna do is, cause I was singing Silent Night earlier, so I'm going to sing Silent Night the way it is, and then we're going to do some word salading, and we're going to change the words to Silent Night. So let me sit up. Oh. Silent night, holy night, all is calm, all is bright, round yon virgin mother and child. Holy infant, so tender and mild, sleep in heavenly peace. Sleep in heavenly peace. I would go off. Sleep in heavenly peace. Okay, that was better. She went somewhere else, girl. I don't know where I was going, but so I was thinking I wanted to change the word. So I'm thinking maybe okay. Silent night, hold in thy sight. We could keep all this calm. All is calm, and all is bright. right. I don't want to say round young version. Round, round. Well, what would go right there? Round young, round, 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 round young version. Round. I had something earlier. I can't think of what it was. Like it's I done went blank now. Damn, I can't remember what the hell it was. Oh, okay, 100% pure love. You here? Yeah, I can't think of what I was gonna say. Round young virgin mother and child, whole infant, whole infant. Wait, wait, round. Oh, rounder version. Ah, I like that. Rounder version, because whole is like completely like whole, like a complete circle. Rounder version. You been a brainstorm, bitch. Rounder version. Mother and child, or mother and child, mother. Round the virgin, round the virgin, mother and child. Holy my soul, tender and mild, sleep in heavenly peace, sleep in heavenly peace. Okay, let's try it again. Let's see if I can remember what I said because I might forget it. Silent night, hole in thy sight. All is calm, all is right round the virgin, mother and child. Whole in my soul, tender and mild. Sleep in heavenly peace. Sleep in heavenly peace. Okay, I did it. Yay. Okay. So now it's two more verses to go, but I'm not gonna do both of the verses right now. We doing about right now. You just leave your ass off, huh? Okay, so now I stalled long enough to give other people a chance to come on, but I'm finna go ahead and start talking about LelimLelur origins. So let me see. Why is it not letting me? What is going on, bitch? Let me see if this bitch is connected. Oh no, the Wi-Fi ain't on. Let me cut my Wi-Fi on. Sleep, sleep. Mm, okay. Bitch, you connected now, so what's the T? Okay. Reload. Okay. So this was written while I was in South Africa in 2020. So if there's something that I need to update, I'm gonna update it while I'm talking. If you have any questions, leave them in the chat and we can discuss them. People who have been following and who have been supporting, who've been lighting candles, who have been trying to learn the language, who have been communicating with me, who have been expressing. I'm definitely open to hear your opinions. If, this is the first time that I ever seen you in the chat, if you don't support in any way, shape, form, or fashion, you might get to ask a question. I'm not going to say what you saying really matters because you get back what you put in. You know, everybody got their cups, but they ain't chipped in. Now these gangster things happen all the time. You got to get yours. The fool I got to get mine. So, you get back what you put in. So, right now we are shaping this culture. This culture is continuing to evolve. It is something that we're leaving for the next generation. It is a lifelong work that I am just a part in. I am a root, but the tree is growing and it's developing branches and limbs, and then that tree will, other trees will be born, and it'll be a whole forest. Lelim Lelur Nation, it'll be a whole forest. And so I'm just doing my part, in this work, but by no means do I think that I'm everything, and everything belongs to me. This is just the work that I am doing. And other people, they come up with their own examples of wholeness, and they come up with their own ways to express wholeness, but this is the way that I'm teaching. This is my journey through wholeness. And so if you connect with the journey and you see yourself in it, then hey, here's a model for you to follow in your own work to become whole, and in your own journey to become whole. Because many have said there are many ways to enlightenment, there are many roads to enlightenment, and so this is one of many paths. Amen, a woman. So anyway, LelimLelur is based on the idea that we are born with the potential to be whole through our connection to the infinite source. LelimLelur was named by three beings during a spiritual fast on the afternoon of the day that has been historically celebrated as Christmas in 2017. Since then, it has been nurtured and developed mainly by myself, but with the support of loyal family and community and others who were in the room that day, mainly empathy. LelimLelur has always been carried in my spirit, although it was not the ancestors' will for me to give birth alone. I needed midwives there to help me push. To quote one of my daughters, there they were there and they helped me to name it, so its roots would always be greater than the one, but capable of thinking and moving as one. Oh, I love that. Always be greater than the one, but capable of moving and thinking as one. That's powerful. LelimLelur has several influences, Christianity being the first. as it is a foundational faith for many. We feel and recognize connections to something divine and bigger than the individual. So, of course, Christianity is was like the y'all have to excuse me. You know I'm in New York. It's noisy. Um, so yeah, it's rooted like its roots are associated with Christianity, and from Christianity we get this idea that there is something out there that's bigger than us. There is something out there that is the reason why we're here, and so Christianity help us to, connect with that idea that there is something out there that's bigger than us. So, Christianity being the first, as it is a foundational faith for many, we feel we feel and recognize a connection to something divine and bigger than the individual. We being in the soul. Our definition defines soul as a vast collection of memories. What one entity remembers what exists within. So the definition of soul in LelimLelur means a vast collection of memories, what one entity remembers, what exists within, what is most connected with being preserved within, the essence of that being, the actual core of one's existence, consciousness, and or level of awareness. So that's the definition. That is how we view the soul when we think about the soul in LelimLelur language. We honor that energy, that connection with the divine feminine and the divine masculine force. We define, name, and speak to those energies or that energy. Wait. Or that energy, acknowledging both the masculine and feminine principles. We we support that idea and affirm the ability to be reincarnated as energy does not die but is simply transferred or transformed. LelimLelur is also influenced by Buddhism as we practice chanting along with meditation. So, we do chant in LelimLelur. One of my favorite chants when I am not feeling well or when I'm trying to heal myself. And it's a chant that you'll hear us say. When we used to say the chant, it used to rain a lot when we first started saying it. And I think that was what we needed to see the power in it. I can remember I was in a group one time with people and I just, kept singing it. Hey, Ukma, oh yeah. Ukma, oh yeah. And now I could do it and it doesn't necessarily have to physically rain because we understand that rain isn't always a physical state. Sometimes a storm can be a spiritual state. It can be a spiritual happening. So you don't always have to physically see rain to know that a storm is taking place in your life or that something is happening or that something is happening with the intent to cleanse you. When I was younger, and y'all may see me do that from time to time. So when the ambulance was passing by just now, I made an infinity symbol over me. Because when we was young, we were brought up Christians, we used to cross our heart. But what I do now is I put the infinity symbol over me to remind me that, energy is constantly being recycled and rebirthed and renewed, and it's an infinite loop, and so like that's just to remind me that death is a part of life and that we go through these seasons and it's just all a part of the cycle of existence. So it just reminds me of wholeness. But yeah, so So we do chant, and the chant that we most often use is Eukama Oya or Baya Shayado Batwala. Baya Shayado Batwala. And that means peace throughout the land. So another thing that we will repeat is Santi, 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 which is a chant for safety. It's like a constant reminder, and it's like a repetitious, thing that we do to feel safer, to feel protected. Santi, Santi, Santi. So the Buddhism influence is meditating and chanting. So we do meditate and chant. So wait a minute, I think I lost my place. Um yeah, bigger than okay. I just had it. Wait, exists within, connected, preserve, core existence. Okay, vast selection. What's most being preserved? We honor the energy. We um we honor that energy with a healthy balance. Did I skip something though? We being the soul, we being in the soul. Our definition, okay, I already did that. We honor that energy with a healthy balance of praise, devotion, prayer, study, and worship. LelimLelur, I think I had skipped. Oh, I skipped over Hinduism. Okay, LelimLelur has an influence of Hinduism. We observe our connection to the divine masculine and the divine feminine force. Okay, so that's where like the mother, father, all of that, like honoring like Shakti Shiva, like in Hindu religion, they have Shakti Shiva, and Shakti is the masculine, and Shiva, no, wait, Shakti, yeah, Shakti is Shakti. I think Shakti is the feminine and Shiva is the masculine. I'm gonna have to look that up again. It's been a while since I did that research. But I know that one Shakti is masculine. Either Shakti is masculine and Shiva is feminine, or Shiva is masculine and Shakti. But it's Shakti and Shiva, and they're almost like two sides of the same coin. But yeah, so that is how LelimLelur connects with Hinduism by honoring, by making it important to honor masculine and feminine principles. Da 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 da. Vast collection. Da, 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 da. Yeah, we observed masculine and feminine force. We define, name, and speak to those energies, acknowledge the masculine and feminine principle. We support and affirm the ability to be reincarnated, as energy does not die, simply transform. LelimLelur has influences in Buddhism as we practice chanting along with meditation. We do feel there are levels in regards to reaching the most enlightened version of self. We also understand that heaven and hell can be places or stages in consciousness. LelimLelur has been influenced by ancestor worship, voodoo. So before I go into the whole voodoo thing, I want to explain one of the reasons why. Because I've practiced all of the spiritualities that are incorporated into LelimLelur. So I haven't so much practiced Hinduism as much as I studied it. I practiced Buddhism for a little while. And the reason why I didn't connect with Buddhism and decide to stay in Buddhism is because I do like Buddhism is not so much of praying to Buddha, but it is more like um seeing yourself seeing yourself as the deity, seeing yourself as that deity. And when I first experienced Buddhism, I could not handle that power. I could not handle not having something that I had to give account to, something that could hold me accountable. So needless to say, I needed ancestors. I needed to connect with something bigger than me. I needed that connection. I Some people don't need that. Some people, Buddhism works for them fine because that's just who they are. That's their design. But for me, during that time, I think that if I wanted to be a Buddhist now, I probably could be a Buddhist now. But LelimLelur works better for me because I do like um feeling that there's something bigger than me, feeling that there's something more than me. There's other forces that are out there that are greater and that I can be a part of them. But I think Buddhism is more about you reaching this certain level, like you attaining this certain level of consciousness, you attaining enlightenment, and you becoming that force. And so when I practiced it, I just felt like it was just a little bit too it was just a little bit too much, just a little bit too much. It was a little too much for me. It was a little it just wasn't. I need a little bit more accountability. I need to have to give accountability to something. And so I didn't feel like I didn't feel that in Buddhism. I didn't feel, for me, other people may have a different experience, but I didn't feel that for me in Buddhism. But I know people who have practiced it and who have lived for it, and it's worked out well for them. So I'm definitely not speaking negatively of it. I'm just, speaking from my experience and why, it was important to continue on this journey where I am now with Laylim Laylar. So I was at okay. So Laylim Layler is influenced by ancestor worship, voodoo, hoodoo. We pray to our ancestors. We work with the earth. We create healing medicines. I do believe in that. Healthier practices. We use what we have in the place of what is suggested if we lack the resources. So hoodoo is basically using what you have in the place of what is suggested. Oh, excuse me. In the place of what's suggested. That's hoodoo. Voodoo is, of course, praying to your ancestors, doing work. I do certain work, like I will go out into nature and do certain things. I've never done anything that involved blood sacrifices or anything. Like, I've never done anything like that. I've never went that far in voodoo. But I have, like, if I cut myself or something like that, I've used some of my own blood on my altar. I've used loved ones, a locket of their hair to pray for them, to do like protection spells and things like that for them. I've mixed tinctures and herbs and and stuff like that to help heal people. I've done that, that type of work. And that's a and I do root work. Like, and for me, root work is um finding out what is the root of a person's trauma, what is causing their trauma, what is causing them to behave the way they're behaving, like tracing it back and finding out what is the origin and trying to heal them, by working through that. Once we find out what the root of the trauma is, we come to terms with the necessities of what has been named evil, destruction, and darkness. We seek to understand it through self assessment and personal reflection of our own inner chaos and demons. LelimLelur has been influenced by science. We are those who come from egg and seed. We started with a crash or a banging of sorts. We observe the stars. We study and respect nature and the elements and practice some astrology. We have faith that life exists on other planets and more conscious forms of life exist deep within the sea, deep within the sea, out of out of the common man's reach. We also understand that LelimLelur has been influenced by the Muslim faith. We practice fasting from meat and other acts that can be viewed as vices that so the fasting part can be Christian as well, but I think Muslims are a little bit more disciplined when it comes to fasting. Um, yeah, yeah, unhealthy balance. Blah, blah, blah. Fasting from meat and other acts that can be viewed as vices and may become unhealthy for balance of the mind, body, and spirit. We seek discipline. We don't fear death and transition because we know that the journey continues when we walk in our purpose. Hold on one second. My sinuses is giving it. Okay, when we walk in our purpose. We also practice we also practice covering. We also practice um, this covering. It can be physical or spiritual and also seasonal. So, as a practice, we go through seasons where we fast from, showing showing our bodies, like really just like cause I have my seasons where I be like really, really, really just giving all the givings, honey. Where I just be like showing flesh down, and then y'all will see I'll go through phases where I be like all covered up. So I am not a person who believes in always being covered up and always just every day being like like the Muslim women being always being covered up and stuff. But I do believe in going through seasons of modesty. So like practicing modesty, like that's another part that I think that we take from it. But we don't do the modesty 12 months out the year. Like, we're not being modest every day. Sometimes I want to catch their wall and make it clap, and sometimes I want to dress sexy, and sometimes I want to wear some high heels because I'm whole. You understand what I'm saying? But I do think that balance is necessary. So there are, months out of the year where I will dress more modestly and be fully covered, like even to the point to where I'm covering, like parts of my face. Um, yeah. Um, Therefore protecting how she is seen and interpreted by the eyes of the world. The covering can be physical or spiritual and also seasonal. We are influenced by Jewish religion as we use the image of the Star of David, and you see that in a lot of my art. But the Star of David, as it is used in LelimLelur, represents the heart of balance, and so that's when you see like the pink star overlapping the blue star. So, I mean the pink triangle overlapping the blue triangle, and it creates a star when the when the pink triangle overlaps the blue triangle. So you will see the Star of David. People be thinking it's the Star of David all the time, but it's not the Star of David. It's the heart of balance, and it is two triangles overlapping each other, one representing the divine masculine and the other representing the divine feminine. Our star has 6 points. It as it is two triangles um, going in different directions, overlapping one another, representing as above, so below, also the masculine and feminine. The star possesses two all seeing eyes placed at the tip of each triangle, allowing both of them to possess clear vision when they are working together, interconnected, and honoring each other. When they are not working together and unconnected, the eyes close and the chaos of imbalance and deception is taking place. LelimLelur Nation is a culmination of all these practices and more. We hybrid symbols, and words together as a means to merge energies associated with words. Examples: God, Goddess, Goddess, God, Fama, which means father, mother, Dama, which means daddy, mama, Kaneen, which means mother, father, Brister, which means brother, sister. All hybrid words joining together the masculine and feminine principles. We um the infinity staff actually is the mergence of egg and seed. This is this is the destruction of what was to create what will come. So future generations will never forget we are a woven tapestry of our foremothers and forefathers, masculine and feminine energy. We are him and her. We are LelimLelur. So that is a quick back study of what it is. LelimLelur, let he got us. Amen. They want me. King Queen. Okay, come on now. Play the whole tape for the whole one. I connected to my foremothers. I'm connected to my foremothers and forefathers. Amen. A woman. I'm acknowledging my ancestors, past, present, and future. Come on, pretty girl, rock. Come on, pretty girl, rock. That's good. That's really good. Okay, so now I'm getting ready to explain some of the words that I've never told y'all before. So these are words that are important, and when we come back to these, we're going to revisit these words. I'm going to share these words tonight, and we're going to constantly and consistently come back to these words. So the first, what taking sovereignty actually looks like. These the B's are silent in these words, so the words don't actually need the B, but it makes sense to use the extra letter now for the purpose of setting the words apart as they are similar already being used, if they're being used with hashtags on social media. So the first word is spelled um, ONEROMB. So it's ONEROMB. Una 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 Predominantly femme, trans aspect, possessing a mental spiritual womb, does not normally acknowledge the masculine. So so una means predominantly femme, trans aspect, possessing mental spiritual womb, does not normally acknowledge masculine. So una would be um the first word that, like, I would be technically, well, I don't know, let me look over all these and see, because if, like in current society, most girls who identify as a trans girl, they would be they would be una. So the word would be una. So, like, instead of saying I'm a trans woman, if you were saying it in LelimLelur, you would say I'm una. So una means predominantly femme, trans aspect, possessing a mental spiritual womb, does not normally acknowledge the masculine. So that means that you lean more into your feminine and you don't really live for your masculine. So, and you don't really talk about your masculine. So your Lelim Leylur name would be Una. So Tu would be born with mental and physical womb, center in femininity, does not normally acknowledge the masculine. So that would be a cisgender woman. That would be a cisgender woman. So una would be a trans girl who sees herself as binary. Tu would be a hey Aaron. Tu would be a cisgender woman. So una would be a trans woman who identifies as binary. Tu would be a cisgender woman. Um una am, una am, una am. That's the masculine principle. When you hear am, that's the masculine principle. Limited mental access to the spiritual womb. So, they ain't really trying to see themselves. They ain't really that in touch with their feminine side. Does not acknowledge the feminine. This is like a cisgender man who really, really just see himself as I'm a man. So that would be on I am. On I am. That's on I am. That's like I'm a nigga, ain't no hoe in me. That's very much that energy. That you know the vibes. To am. To am is transmasculine. So that means that you possess two wombs, mentally, spiritually, physically, but does not really acknowledge the feminine. So you have a mental womb, you have a spiritual womb, you have a physical womb, but you ain't really that connected to your you ain't really connected to your femininity. Does not typically, so that's 2 a.m. So so that would be the trans masculine being who does not really like, don't call me, I'm not non-binary. I'm very much binary. I see myself as the trade. Don't play with me. That's 2 a.m. Um, am. Am. So this is giving very much non-binary energy. Am. Claiming both the masculine and the feminine wholeness with a spiritual mental womb. Okay, so that's me. That's me. So I was una but now I'm am. So I'm am now. So am is me. Claiming both the masculine and feminine wholeness with spiritual mental womb. So I don't have a physical womb to birth with. So I would be am. So Um, am, am is wholeness with both the masculine and the feminine with two wombs. So am is claiming wholeness with both masculine and feminine with two wombs. So you have the mental womb and the spiritual womb, and you're non-binary. So the first one is una. That's a that's very much I'm trans. I'm binary una. That's very much I have a spiritual womb. I rest in my femininity una. I'm a cisgender woman. I don't really acknowledge my masculine. So you have una and two Then you have ona am, which is the masculine trans man who does not really acknowledge their feminine. And then you have two am, and then you have two am. Wait, hold on. Oh no. On I am is the masculine is the cis man. So on I am is the cis man. Okay. So una trans woman, binary. Two cisgender woman. On I am cisgender man. Two masculine trans man. Am that is non-binary, but that you don't have the physical, you don't have the physical birthing womb. Am. So I would be am. That would be that's non-binary. And then if you're and then like so AMAB, assigned male at birth but non-binary. Am. So am. I'm on. I'm That would be me. And to am would be AFAB. So that would be assigned female at birth, but you consider yourself non-binary. So non-binary assigned female at birth. That's to am. So yeah. So you got una am. Wait, you got una That's binary trans femme. You got two that's binary cisgender woman. You got una am, that's cisgender man. You got two am, that's trans masculine binary. You got am, you got am, that's non-binary AMAB, which is assigned male at birth. And then you got two am, that's non-binary assigned female at birth. And so that is I'm gonna start calling myself am though. Like I'm gonna start that's gonna be like my little thing. I'm gonna be like it's gonna be like how you identify I'm am. How do you what? I'm am. What does am mean? It means I'm claiming both the masculine and the feminine wholeness, and I have a spiritual mental womb. I'm am. Am boo. Am bitch. Let me stop. That's shady. But anyway, so that is so we got it in tonight. Girl, I don't know where. I had bought a cute little purple candle to light, but I guess we'll light it tomorrow or we'll light it in another live. But I wanted to make sure that I did this. We're gonna talk about this some more. I also have like um something called the Whack Act that I wanted to share. Um and it's about, like reparations. Um and I do want to review um the policies that I wanted to see us have, in creation. Y'all saw the painting that I was working on today that I did for commission. Yeah, I was working on this today. And y'all know whenever y'all see those 5 hearts, I put those 5 hearts in the painting because I wanted to acknowledge the I just finished this piece today. I wanted to acknowledge LelimLelur Nation and wholeness in the painting. And so, my 5 hearts, that is a way for me to talk about, remind the purple ones to rise and to talk about LelimLelur Nation without talking about LelimLelur Nation. Like, it's a way to have the conversation with symbols rather than words. And so whenever you see those 5 purple hearts, that's representing LelimLelur, that's representing Purple One's Rise, that's representing the nation. And so the T on the Caucasian looking beings clothes clothing represents trans. So the being's name is Transale, and the middle being represents the intersex being, and so I named them Enters Extra. So enters extra, if you put the word together, you get intersextra. But I wanted it to be a little bit more PG in the language. So I named the being enters extra. And the last being has an N on their clothing, which means non-binary. And so their name is non-binum. And Transale has the power to change things. So Transale can change things at will, can change themselves, and can change things at will. Enters extra, which is the middle one, the deeply melanated one. They have the power to create at will. They can create whatever they wish to create because they are physically and spiritually all of the things. So they can create at will. So the first being has the power to change and cause things to change. The second being has the power um, to create at will, enters extra, and the final being, non-binum, cannot be contained and cannot be bound. They you can't bind them. You can't contain them. And so you have Transale, enters extra, and non-binum. And together, these super beings are not going to stop until anti-trans policy is in the grave. A man, a woman, LelimLelur. And so we have our super beings. We have our meta humans, honey, and we have Transale.
We have interest extra, and we have non-bindum. And non-bindum said you can't hold me down, you can't stop me, you can't contain me. Interest extra said I can create at will whenever I feel the need to create. And transcell said I can change myself, and I can also change things around me. And so when they work together, they can put anti-trans policy in the grave. Down. And so yes, I enjoyed creating that tonight and giving y'all that, and working on that piece was so non-binum of course is racially ambiguous. Like non-binum could be, Latina, Dominican, non-binum definitely represents the ambiguous energy. Transcell represents, our Caucasian, energy, and intersextra is our deeply melanated energy, intersextra. And so, yeah, and I, painted, gave made their outfits different shades of purple, because they are purpleness, they are wholeness, a man, a woman. And so, yeah, I enjoy doing this piece because it helped me to expand my consciousness on how I was seeing things under the umbrella, like how I'm seeing our magic and our power and our potential under the umbrella. I was commissioned to create a piece for Trans Day of Power, and so that was what I was working on all day today. And I said before the day was done, I definitely wanted to jump on live, and I wanted to begin to establish more dialogue around LelimLelur, and just to have more profound conversations with you all about the spirituality. So I know tonight was kind of boring because it was about sharing the information how it is written, how it is written down. And so I think as I become more comfortable with using the language, because I haven't used the language that much, like but I like, I definitely feel like I'm about to start giving. I'm unam. I think I'm about to start giving. Um, I think I'm about to start giving that. I think I'm about to start giving myself am. I think I'm about to start giving myself that. I think I'm about to start holding space for that for me because I can see that for me. But yeah, but we'll talk more. We'll see how it plays out and see how often I use the language. I think I'm going to bring these words up once a month because we're still on the plantation and child. We still trying to, get grants and get resources and all that. So, a girl, she gonna have to work on being like how some of us could speak patois. I think I have kind of focused on speaking the Queen's English because I could, conjure more words, but because I did not go to college, um, I think it's important that I do expand my vocabulary so when I am trying to get, resources from Massam up on the plantation, I'm not talking all over their head. And also not feeding people the culture who don't appreciate the culture, feeding people the art and feeding people the lore and the stories that are not ready to receive it because I have a lot of stories and a lot of culture that I've been creating and developing, and some of it I haven't shared because I haven't been sure if people deserve to have that. Because it's healing for me, and it speaks to me, and it does amazing things for me. But if you don't receive it, it's wasted on you, and I don't want to waste my power and my energy and my magic on people who are not even in a place to receive it. So yeah, but I definitely need to spend more time developing, well, not developing because it's already there, but just becoming more comfortable with the language and using it, you know, amongst my close siblings, and speaking about myself more in that way. Amen and woman. So I was gonna light a candle, but I cannot find my lighter at the moment. So we're going to light the candle in our mind. We're going to see the fire. We're going to see the fire representing the past, the present, and the future. We're going to see the fire that honors our mother and our fathers and the offspring. We're going to see that flame. And as that flame burns on the physical plane, it grows with intensity and purpose, preparing us for times that are now. And when we blow out this candle, it strengthens us, and again, it prepares us for times that are now. Down but now that I say cool, it keeps spinning and turning. Iangani Iyanko Kalukalo, which means I am a child of God Goddess, and if I am, you know you are. Bound and round, both circle and square, we too speak life, so operations beware. Sending healing to those in despair, El Babosoa, which means we come in peace, no harm to any. LelimLelur. Thank you, 100% pure love for being here and helping me with the trolls tonight because they was cutting up. Also, I want to give myself a pat on the shoulder because today makes 2 weeks since I have smoked weed or drank alcohol. I have not had a sip of alcohol in 2 weeks, and I have not had a puff of weed in 2 weeks. And that is not a good thing or a bad thing. It is just me, um, placing my energy somewhere else. I am not condemning smoking weed. I am not condemning drinking alcohol because, another part of LelimLelur is that we believe in moderation. We believe in balance. And so this for me has just been about having balance. This has just been about, having discipline, having moderation. And so I'm just happy to be in a space of, where I can have more mental clarity, where I could be more focused, where I could have more, because when I smoke weed, I daydream, I'm very creative, I think about a whole bunch of stuff and I have fun. But I already have a lot on my plate right now. And so I don't need to be dreaming up other stuff and fantasizing about other stuff. I need to um, be being more concrete and more consistent with everything that I already have going on. Yes, balance is good for the chakras. Thank you, sister. So yeah, that is what's been going on, and I'm really feeling the clarity and I'm appreciating the clarity. I'm having a lot of vivid dreams though. I don't really care for that. Like, we will have me knocked, honey, and I won't remember nothing. But girl, I've been doing a lot of dreaming. I've been doing a lot of vivid dreaming. My dreams are starting to do like they used to do. It's like the physical world and the dream world are starting to merge together, and that's the part that kind of irked me about, having this clarity, is because the veil is torn, and it's getting to the point now where the dream world and the reality that we're living in is, I'd be a little confused at times. I'd be like, okay, did that happen, or did, because the dream world is just another realm, and so, like, my dreams are becoming so clear and so vivid that my worlds are starting to run together. And this is the age of Aquarius, and this is where this the season where everything's supposed to be coming together, but it's like, wow. Anyway, but I'm dealing with it. I'm gonna stay on this journey. I told myself I wanted to give myself at least till the end of the month, because when I go and visit Florida, because I'm doing a show there at the end of the month, I wanted to give myself permission to indulge. So if I wanted to have a couple of cocktails while I was there or whatnot have you, I wanted to give myself some grace there. But when I get back from there, I do want to go back into like just having discipline, not always drinking, not always smoking. I don't want to be drunk every day. I don't want to be high every day. Alcohol is not really the biggest vice for me. Marijuana is something that I typically smoke every day. You know, like left to my own devices, I will smoke every day. I will, and I don't smoke a lot. Like I could smoke one joint, you know, smoke half a joint when half a joint maybe around lunch, and then smoke the other half before I go to sleep, and that will be pretty much enough for me. But I do typically smoke every day, and so like changing from that routine and just having more mental clarity, more focus. That's important to me. Alcohol is something that I typically indulge in on the weekends or when I'm going through something or when I'm socializing. And that can be a lot because sometimes, child, alcohol will become 3 and 4 times a week. And so, like, just really giving my liver and my kidneys a break. Child, but I tell you, it's a blessing. So, I'm gonna stay on this journey. My goal is to go ahead and just continue out to the end of the month, and then give myself some grace at the end of the month. And then, after I give myself some grace while I'm in Florida, I want to get right back on, and get back focused because this is important to me. Going into 2025, I want to be more disciplined. I want to be more focused, and I want to be more prepared for the abundance that I feel like is coming into my life, for the prosperity, for the resources, for the access. I want to be prepared for that. And I feel like in order to be prepared for that, I need to be more disciplined. Amen, a woman. So, that's where I'm at with it. So anyway, I love y'all. Y'all have a good night. I'm about to watch me a Christmas movie because I don't know. I don't celebrate none of that, but I do like Christmas movies. And girl, let me tell you this tea before I get off of here. So I've been talking to this little youngster, and when I say youngster, I mean like he like 21, 22 years old. Like I've been talking to this little youngster, and he is so sweet. Like we ain't like sitting in each other's sexy pictures or like doing anything like that. Like he be clicking like on like my little videos and stuff where I be dancing and but what I respect about him is he actually care what I have to say. Like he actually respects my opinion and my voice. And when dudes be young like that, they don't really listen to you when you talking. They don't really care about like what they just lust off of your body. Like they don't really listen to what you have to say. And so I appreciate the fact that he's actually like engaging with my content where I'm talking about deep stuff, and he actually understands what I'm saying. He kind of nerdy, so I like that. Like he's not like typical. Like he's not a typical, youngster, and I find that interesting. Yeah, I don't see it really going anywhere, but it does feel good to be seen by somebody that young. So I wanted to be transparent and just share that like we've been like texting each other and messaging each other and like chit chatting with each other. And I got a little crush on him. Like I ain't gonna lie and say I got a little crush on this little nerdy self. Like, and I said I don't fuck with him that young. Maybe I'm just meant to be like his big sibling or like yeah, I'm not like looking for nothing physical or nothing like that, but it's definitely feel good to like have like somebody who in their youth who like really really just not objectifying me and just lusting off of my body and just just living for just my body, like just really honestly, like when he be like engaging with my content and like clicking like on videos and watching videos where I'm talking about stuff that's meaningful and that means I'm talking about my spirituality and I'm talking about my beliefs and like he's engaging with that. Like I'm like, okay, there is hope for y'all. There is hope. Okay, there is hope. There is a light at the end of the tunnel. But anyway, that's all I wanted to share. That's all I wanted to share. I'm putting this pussy. I'm putting this pussy up for a little while because I did get a chance to break it in a couple of weeks ago. I did get a chance to break it in about 3 weeks ago. To see what this coochie do. So I know what this girl could do, but girl, I'm finna set this coochie down for a little while, girl. Girl, I'm finna set this coochie to the side, girl. I be dilating her, girl, making sure that she's still open, girl. But girl, I'm about to set this coochie up for a little bit, girl, cause girl, it's just too much, girl. It's just not worth it, girl. It's not worth the headaches, girl. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I be liking the look. That's why I made that video. I'm about to change my name to Lookiana because I still like to look. I still appreciate the view, but actually doing it, that's why I'm enjoying being sober. Because when I get tipsy, I'm willing to lower my inhibitions. I come down from my frequency. That's why I know we definitely the fallen angels. Because I literally come down from the frequency where I am to come be on a frequency with beings that I should not even much be dealing with. And I know I would never deal with if I was not intoxicated and I play with them. Thank you so much. Thank you. Um, but yeah, I come down off of my frequency and I start entertaining foolishness. Like I be entertaining foolishness. I be having dudes that I know I would have never had sex with under any other circumstances, but I was full. And so like having this clarity and not being drunk and not being high and not allowing, the that space to dictate and tell my body, hey, you want to, no, not right now. Not right now. Not right now. It's too much going on, baby. Child, they got aliens. We know the aliens, Donald Trump. It's just too much going on right now for me to be around here, you know, increasing my connection to lower vibrational beings, because that whole soul tie shit, I don't feed into that because I feel like we already connected, but I just don't want to strengthen the connections that I already have to lower vibrational beings. And so I was watching a video today and I shared it on my TikTok, and I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna go, but girl, now they trying to say that the aliens, the church people trying to explain this off, girl. So now they trying to say that when they put the demons in the pigs and the pigs went in the water, the pigs that went into the water when they died, the spirits that was in the pigs went into the water, and so now the aliens is the spirits that was in the pigs that went into the water. I said, baby, if these Christians they said it's not aliens, it's demons. Maybe when I tell you Father God, King Jesus people, they gonna make up something, girl. Girl, that. That is not girl. So I guess we the only beings in the universe. It ain't no other beings in the universe. It ain't no other beings in the ocean, girl. If it's not us, girl, it's a demon, girl. I know exactly what you mean. That's why I had to cut back. I was dancing with wolves. Exactly. But yeah, they gonna explain everything with that Bible, and they said the alien scientists ain't aliens. The Christians said it's demons, bitch. Wow. Wow. So it can't be no other life force on the planet or in the universe besides us. When I tell you that is some vain, shallow, and narcissistic, egotistical ass shit if I ever heard it. But girl, Father God, King Jesus, girl, they gonna explain it with that book, girl. But yeah, okay. Girl, I'm just laughing, girl. I'm just sitting back, girl. I'm like silly in the color purple, girl. I'm just gonna sit back and wait and see what the wall look like. Anyway, I love y'all. Y'all have a good night. Y'all rest well. And we will definitely connect soon. And the next time we do a video, since this one was very important and very serious, I want the next video to be light and fun. It might be it might be a little messy video might come up this week, might be a little mess. Cause I might need to relieve myself, girl. I might slip and go down a rabbit hole, girl. And y'all might get a little messy video this week. So I'm just letting you know. I ain't planning on eating no greasy pork chop. But girl, we might slip and go down a rabbit hole, girl, and do a little gossip, girl, because I definitely have been following the Armand Wiggins story and with Nicki Minaj and that tea, and I wanted to tap in on that a little bit, but I'm not going to go in there tonight. But I'm just, you know, and also the conscious who really 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 just is like giving TS Shenanigans all this life, conscious TV, the little gay queer one with the rainbow hair as they avatar, um, who just really, really just be holding, TS Shenanigans up. Like I might wanna speak on that because these are some things that I've actually witnessed and seen, and y'all know I like to unpack it, girl. So, but anyway, I love y'all. Y'all have a good night, and I will check in with y'all if not tomorrow, Tuesday. Until then, be well and take care of yourselves. And remember that this new administration is just providing an opportunity for us to be resilient, because if white supremacy and patriarchy had the power to do us in, it would have done it a long time ago. And that's on Mary Had a Little Lamb. Later. Love y'all. LelimLelur Nation, purple ones, rise.